Most people believe wealth is built by taking big risks. Old money believes the opposite. They don't ask how much they can make. They ask how little they can lose. That single difference explains why some fortunes last centuries, while others disappear within a lifetime. New money chases opportunity. Old money studies risk. Not because they're afraid, but because they understand something most people don't. You only need to lose everything once. That's why old money treats capital like something fragile. Something to be protected first, grown second. Most people focus on upside. Old money obsesses over downside. They don't invest in what looks exciting. They invest in what survives. This is why their moves look boring from the outside. Low leverage, diversification across unrelated assets, geographic spread, legal separation, nothing flashy, nothing fast, but nothing catastrophic either. Most people think risk is necessary to grow wealth. Old money knows uncontrolled risk is how wealth dies. That's why they avoid concentration. They don't put everything into one company, one market, one country, one currency. Because risk doesn't announce itself when it arrives. It appears suddenly through regulation, war, lawsuits, inflation, or politics. Old money plans for events they hope never happen. They assume systems will fail. They assume rules will change. They assume protection matters more than prediction. This mindset makes them look pessimistic. In reality, it makes them resilient. Here's something most people never realize. Old money doesn't try to beat the market. They try to outlast it. Time is their biggest advantage. And time only works if capital survives. That's why old money structures wealth defensively. Trusts, foundations, holding companies, insurance layers, multiple custodians. Every layer exists to absorb shocks. Most people have one bank account and one plan. Old money has redundancies. Because redundancy isn't wasteful when you understand risk. It's survival. This is also why old money rarely talks about returns. They talk about exposure. Exposure to markets. Exposure to regulation. Exposure to lawsuits. Exposure to reputation. They don't ask, what's the upside? They ask, what can go wrong? And then they build around that answer. Most people lose wealth because they ignore risk until it's too late. Old money studies it quietly from the beginning. They know wealth isn't lost through bad luck. It's lost through unprotected concentration. That's why fast money disappears, and slow money remains. This isn't fear, it's discipline. And discipline is the real reason old money stays invisible and intact. Old money's approach to wealth is a masterclass in patience and prudence. They embrace the art of gradual growth rather than the allure of quick wins. Despite the external appearances of their investments, the underlying strategy is a fortress built on foresight. They see potential risks not as barriers but as opportunities to bolster their defenses. By prioritizing resilience over excitement, old money cherishes the long-term view. They understand that wealth is not merely a number, but a powerful legacy. It's this perspective that safeguards their fortunes across generations. Old money families frequently teach their heirs the principles of cautious stewardship, imparting lessons on the importance of discipline in financial decision-making. They cultivate an understanding that every dollar invested is not just a chance for growth, but a vital component of a much larger picture, one that extends beyond mere personal gain to encompass family legacy and societal impact. These teachings instill a sense of responsibility in the next generation, ensuring they are equipped to navigate the intricate landscape of wealth management. The lessons passed down are rich with anecdotes and historical examples, emphasizing that wealth is treated with respect and vigilance. Each story reveals the consequences of neglect, illustrating how fortunes can vanish like mirages, enticing yet ultimately deceptive. The narrative threads connect the past with the future, embodying the understanding that true wealth is not just about accumulation, but about preservation and growth within a safety net deliberately woven with care. The heirs learn to identify threats, and safeguard their resources wisely, ensuring the family legacy persists. Through generations, creating a strong foundation that intertwines financial acumen with ethical considerations. They learn the value of community engagement, understanding that true wealth elevates not only the family, but also the society around them. This holistic approach inspires a commitment to philanthropy, where giving back is as fundamental as building wealth. If you're starting to see wealth differently now, subscribe. Hidden Fortune is just getting started, and the next video breaks down how old money quietly separates ownership from control. If you're starting to see wealth differently now, subscribe. Hidden Fortune is just getting started, and the next video breaks down how old money quietly separates ownership from control.